other to make sure you're the big winner this Valentine's Day. Go to thebodyshoplincoln.com and select from their wide variety of specific massages. Once you've purchased, you can either print out the certificate or email it to the lucky recipient. Do Valentine's Day right this year with a massage from The Body Shop, right behind Eyeglass World at 56th and O.
Winter is upon us. Is your home prepared? If your furnace isn't keeping up or you've thought about replacing it, John Henry's has a new year, new unit special. When you purchase a select heating and cooling system from John Henry's, we will give you the furnace for free. There are also equipment and LES rebates up to an additional $850. This offer expires February 28th, so don't miss out. Find out more at jhlincoln.com or give John Henry's a call or text today.
435-5555. In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies. Be breezy and warm. An afternoon high near 61. Tonight, clear skies and light winds, a low around 36. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and cooler. The high near 49. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleckner for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
93.7 The Ticket sports news go now.
This is Nick Wyman with your sports update. The United States women's hockey team opened play at the 2026 Winter Olympics and cruised to a 5-1 win in the preliminary round over Czechia. Alex Carpenter scored the opening goal for the United States in the first period. The United States plays next on Saturday, February 7th against Finland, with puck drop scheduled for 9:40 a.m. Central Time. The San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams will play the first NFL regular season game in Melbourne, Australia during the 2026 season. The game will be played at the iconic Melbourne Cricket Ground. It will be the first NFL game played in Australia, coming as part of the league's multi-year commitment to play regular season games in the country. The game will be one of 9 international games played during the 2026 NFL season. The NFL will also play games in cities like Paris, Madrid, Mexico City, and London. After months of speculation, the Milwaukee Bucks will not be trading Giannis Antetokounmpo at the trade deadline. Along with this, the Memphis Grizzlies are holding on to Ja Morant, with the trade deadline having passed at 2 p.m. Central Time. Other news surrounding the NBA trade deadline: the Los Angeles Lakers acquired Luke Kennard from the Atlanta Hawks for Gabe Vincent in a 2032 second-round pick. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Life is busy and life is loud. How can you get above the noise? Join former Nebraska cheerleader Ashlee Mitchell as she tells you about her experiences in front of the loudest crowds in college athletics and how she rose above the noise. This is Above the Noise on 93.7 The Ticket. Above the Noise is sponsored by Red Zone Bar and Grill. Here is your host, Ashlee Mitchell.
Hello, hello. Welcome back to Above the Noise, guys. Today's guest is someone with just one of the coolest college paths that I've heard in a while. She's originally from New York City. She currently goes to college in Middlebury, Vermont, and she plays Quidditch. Please, everybody, welcome Sadie Sadler.
Hi, Ashlee. Thank you for having me.
Hi, Sadie. It's so good to see you. I'm so excited for this episode. How has it been up in Vermont lately?
It's definitely cold, but it's been really nice with the snow and being able to go skiing.
Ooh, you ski?
Yes. I've been skiing since I was little, and it's really nice that the college that I'm at in Vermont has our own snow bowl where we can ski and snowboard.
That is so cool. I'm so jealous already. All right, well, let's just jump right into it. Why don't we? Sadie, who are you? What do you do, and what are you doing right now in college?
Well, I'm currently a senior at Middlebury College in Middlebury, Vermont. I am a history major and then a double minor in education studies and Chinese. And I am studying to eventually become a high school history teacher.
Wow, that's incredible. So you went from New York City to Vermont. That's quite the move. Why did you end up moving to Vermont?
Yeah, I definitely wanted something completely different for college. I only applied to places that were in small towns, kind of in the middle of nowhere. I definitely love New York City, but for college, I wanted something smaller, liberal arts school, and to be in nature, since that's something that I really like as well. So definitely a big shift, but I love it at Middlebury.
That's awesome. Okay, so please correct me if I'm wrong. Are you a major in Chinese history? Was it
History, history major, and then a double minor in Chinese and education studies.
Wow. How did you decide that you wanted to go on that path?
Well, coming into college, I kind of knew exactly what I wanted to study. Um, I knew since probably middle school that I wanted to be a teacher, and history has always fascinated me. I love going to museums or watching history books or historical movies. So I knew I wanted to study history and then education. And I've been taking Chinese language lessons since I was little. And Middlebury College is known for their language program. So I decided to continue my Chinese language learning at Middlebury.
Wow, that's incredible. So if you could teach any grade right now, what would you want to teach?
I'd probably want to teach 11th or 12th grade since I like high school level and I want to be able to have more difficult, mature conversations.
That's awesome. Yeah. I have gone through a lot of ages with coaching personally, and I think the older they are, the easier it is to have normal conversations.
Yes.
You know, so it's always really nice to be able to actually chat with the kids and like be honest and I think your real self in front of them. That's really cool. Okay. So can we ask what a normal week in your life looks like?
Pretty busy. I always fill up my schedule. Besides normal classes every day of the week, I'm a part of a lot of different clubs. So besides Quidditch, I'm in clubs like the Asian student group on campus, or a lot of community service related clubs that work with local middle schools or high schools in the area. And if I'm not doing clubs or sports or classes, I'm just working on homework. I'm someone who likes to get ahead on my assignments, so I'm always trying to do things early.
I am the same way. So it sounds like your schedule is very busy. Tell us a little bit more about the community service with middle schools. What do you do there?
So I was the president of both of those clubs. And in those clubs, one of them works with elementary schools where we go to the schools and we read to them and do arts and crafts. And that's really fun to do every week. And then the second club is with middle schoolers, and that's more of like a mentorship program where the middle schoolers come to campus and we do activities and have discussions with them. So I just really like working with younger kids.
Oh, that's really sweet. Okay, so if you could not teach 12th graders, then you'd probably go with middle school. It's what it sounds like.
Probably when I'm talking about history or more serious topics, I'd want to teach high school. But if I'm just having fun, doing arts and crafts or something, that I definitely like with elementary school.
That's really sweet. So then what about so just to get this out now, it's actually not called Quidditch, right? It's called quad ball now.
Right. So recently, the association who runs the sport changed the name to quad ball from Quidditch for a couple reasons. Like Quidditch is trademarked by Warner Bros. So in order to really expand the sport and make it its own, it had to change names. And they changed the name to distance from J.K. Rowling, who expressed a lot of anti-LGBTQ sentiment. And the sport is co-ed and welcomes anyone of any gender. So that's some of the reasons why the name was changed.
Oh, wow. Okay. So what does your quad ball weekly schedule look like then?
Well, being in Vermont, in the winter time, it's definitely difficult to practice. In the winter time, it's usually practices once or twice a week, whenever we can get some time in the indoor fields, which are usually taken up by the varsity sports. But if it's not snowing, it's usually practices 3 times a week for about an hour each. But while practices can be quite intense, it's a pretty chill sport, I'd say. No one, you can kind of show up when you want. You don't have to come to every single practice.
Okay, so it's considered a sport at your school though, right?
Yes, it's considered a club sport.
That's really cool. So it's pretty chill in practices is what you said, but you guys do try to practice on the indoor fields whenever you can.
Yeah, it's just hard. There's not enough field space for every varsity sport, every club sport, so we get what we can take.
Yeah, that's pretty tricky. I honestly definitely understand that with cheer. I feel like our practices were always really late at night because, there like other sports were kind of taking up the areas that we were trying to practice in. So I don't know if you guys have late night practices, but that was definitely one of the biggest struggles was like trying to find the space for our team, especially for, 2 hours or so. But okay, so with quad ball, it's a lot like rugby, like right? Like we had an initial conversation about it. I think you filled me in really well on it, but I know a lot of the viewers probably are not so sure what this is like. So can you describe a little bit of like the sports and the rules?
Yeah, I'd say it's kind of a mix of rugby, some basketball, even some wrestling. There's 3 main things going on, and it's definitely a very confusing sport when you're trying to watch it or learn it for the first time. But once you come to a few practices, you definitely get the hang of it. But there's 3 main things going on. You have what are called chasers, and they're throwing and catching the ball to each other, trying to score through 3 different hoops at 3 different heights. And then there are beaters, and their job is kind of like dodgeball, to just hit people from the other team to get them out for a very brief period of time. And then you have the seekers, who are trying to catch the snitch, and the snitch, unlike the movies, the snitch is a person. So you're trying to catch it's a tennis ball inside of a sock, which is like velcroed onto the back of someone's shorts. So it's kind of like flag football in a way, I guess. So the seeker's trying to grab that tennis ball in a sock off of the person's shorts.
That is so interesting. Okay, so what position do you play?
I mostly play chaser, because I'm definitely better at throwing, catching, than like wrestling or dodgeball.
Right. That's so cool. Okay. So then the chasers throw and catch, and then is the seeker just one single person in from both teams, or is it one
Yeah,
person just for the whole game?
1 person per team. So they're fighting against each other to catch the snitch.
That is super cool. So before you tried out for this team, did you know anything about Quidditch or quad ball?
I mean, I had read the Harry Potter books, so I knew what Quidditch was, but I had no idea it was a real sport, until I saw it being played at Middlebury.
That is so cool. So was this a thing? I mean, I guess not, but this wasn't a thing in New York then, huh?
Definitely not. I mean, not at the high school level.
That is so cool. Okay, so would you say it's pretty close to what the books Harry Potter fans out there would have read about Quidditch then?
I'd say so. I think a lot has also changed about the sport since its inception. It was actually created at Middlebury by Middlebury students in 2005. And at that time, they actually ran with brooms in between their legs, like real brooms, and they actually wore capes and they would dress up. But now that it's become much more of a real established sport, rules have changed and equipment has changed. Now we use PVC pipes instead of actual brooms because actual brooms would cause more damage.
For sure.
Yeah, so I'd say it's mostly like the books, but it's changed throughout the years.
Okay, that's so interesting. So with the PVC pipe, do you hold them or like how is it
Yeah.
hard to run with it? How does that work?
I mean, you mostly hold it with one hand throughout the game, but as you play, you get used to just using your thighs and holding it with your thighs in between your legs so that you have both hands free.
That is so cool. Okay, so then the beaters, because that's not the position that you normally play. They're the
Yeah.
ones who are like playing basically dodgeball. Do they have to avoid getting hit as well as everybody trying to avoid getting hit by the ball?
Yeah, anyone can get hit at any time. And the beaters, a lot of the times, they get into their own separate game. That's kind of away from the throwing and catching into the hoops. A lot of the times, the beaters will just focus on each other and just start beating each other like crazy.
That's funny. That's awesome. So it is co-ed, right?
Yes, it is co-ed, which is something that definitely drew me to the sport. In high school, I was on the swim team, and I mean, the team, our practices and our meets were co-ed, even though our races were separate. So I liked getting to be on a team that involved boys and girls and people of any gender. So I really liked getting to know everyone on the Middlebury quad ball team.
That is really fun. And I feel like it pushes probably both of you guys, like whoever's on the team in different ways, I'm sure, because maybe the girls are better at weaving in and out, but maybe the guys are a little faster. It just depends. But that's really cool. What are matches like then? Do you guys compete against other colleges? Is it just Middlebury students? How does that work?
There are tournaments that involve other colleges. So a lot of the times we'll travel to Boston area schools and participate in tournaments. And there's also regional competitions that get you to the national competition. So throughout the year, we're playing in the smaller tournaments to trying to get points, get the standing that we need in order to go to the national championships. And I mean, the tournaments are, they can be hectic because there's usually multiple games going on at once and you don't get a lot of breaks in between the games. But they're super fun and it's really nice to get to know the players on the other teams.
So during these tournaments then, how many teams are playing at once and where are you guys playing at?
We're usually just playing on the sports fields of another college or university. Usually there's like 2 games going on at once. But if it's the regional competition or the national competition, I mean, that has like 6 games at once. It's at a huge sports complex. Yeah.
Wow, that is so interesting. All right, well, we are actually headed to our first break, but we will talk even more about quad ball and a few of the inside details of it in a few minutes. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Range thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get 1 half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town. When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and wow, what a year it was at Koppel. The Koppel family would like to say thank you for a record-setting sales year in 2025. Now let's start 2026 off with the bang. New GMC Sierra pickups starting at $12,500 off list or 0% APR. Also hot off the presses, new Terrain leases at $299 per month. That's right, $299 per month on new GMC Terrain leases. So please stop on in the store or online at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G138852 and G165184. 2,500 down with proof credit.
Stop into Zollner Ford Beatrice and check out a brand new 2026 Ford Explorer for only $39,995. That's right, under $40,000 for a brand new Explorer, loaded with extras like Copilot 360, second row captain's chairs, and more. With approved credit, receive financing as low as 2.9%. Treat mom to a new Explorer for Valentine's Day this year from Zollner Ford Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect. MSRP $45,175.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
The Black Crows are coming to Pinewood Bowl on Tuesday, August 4th, and we want to give you the chance to win free tickets. Tune in all week long for chances to win a pair of tickets each day on The Drive with me, Nick Sainert, and Aaron Davis this week only.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
At Raising Cane's, we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, and salt every fry. Because when you do it right, You can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Back to Above the Noise on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, Ashlee Mitchell.
Hello. Welcome back, guys. Again, I am with my very special guest, Sadie Sadler. She's from Middlebury College in Vermont, and she currently is in college right now, a senior, and she plays quad ball, which was previously known as Quidditch. And for all of you guys wondering what that is, it's basically a sport, I would say, from the Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were just talking about a little bit about your matches. Goodness, are they called matches or are they called tournaments?
I'd say you could use any tournaments, matches, games.
Okay, so we're just talking about those, and I just want to I have a million questions. Honestly, this is the most interesting sport I've ever heard of, but it's really cool as well. So how long were these matches?
So each game, I'd say, is between 30-40 minutes. There's kind of two parts to it. The first part lasts 20 minutes. And in those first 20 minutes, you have only the chasers and the beaters playing. The seeker and the snitch isn't a thing yet. And then at 20-minute mark, there's a 1-minute break for both sides. And then once the game restarts, that's when the snitch is released.
Oh, wow. Okay, so is the snitch, I mean, technically they probably are, but are they the fastest person on the team then?
The snitch is usually just a third-party person, so someone from a team that's not playing that game, or just somebody else. And sometimes they're fast, but also something a bit different from the books is the snitch. It's about a lot of wrestling involved, because the person who acts as the snitch can kind of toss you around, try to take your broom or PVC pipe out from under you. It involves both speed and muscle.
That's so interesting. That makes it a lot harder too, for sure. So if they take your PVC pipe out from under you, what happens? Do you have to leave the game for a couple of minutes, or what happens?
Yeah. So if that PVC pipe comes out from under you at any point in the game for whatever reason, you have to then hold it in your hand to signal that that you are then running back to your hoops. You have to touch your hoop, and then you're back in the game. So it's you're only out for a couple seconds, but it is just annoying when you have to take it out from under you, hold it, run back to your hoops, touch the hoops, and then run back into your position.
That's so interesting. There's a lot of running in this game. Do you guys have to run or anything for conditioning?
I know that some other teams will do more conditioning, some group workouts at the gym. I'd say Middlebury, we don't do that as much. Middlebury, we try to put the focus more on just having fun, camaraderie. I'd say we're not as intense about the sport as other colleges and universities. We still kind of see it as a wacky sport. And our number one thing is just having fun.
That's really nice. That's really special. And it's a good way to get a workout in too, especially. And sometimes it feels like a chore when you are working out for maybe a sport or athletics. So that sounds really nice that you guys kind of leave the pressure off of that. Were you nervous about joining a new sport? How did you end up joining quad ball?
Yeah, so coming to college, I knew I wanted to join some type of a team. Even though I did swimming in high school, I didn't want to continue that at college. So I was looking for another sport or another team of some sort to join. I actually thought I was going to join a cappella because that was something else I did in high school. But unfortunately, I didn't get into any of the a cappella groups on campus. So then that prompted me to look at other clubs, and I actually came across the quad ball team during a tournament that we had on campus. It's our only home game that we have. It happens once a year in the fall semester. So I actually came across that tournament happening one day, and I saw the sport, and I was like, oh, this looks kind of really interesting. Like it looks so confusing and weird, but also really fun. Then in the spring semester, I decided to try it out.
That is so cool. So, do they allow people to join really whenever or every semester, or how does that work?
Yeah, you could join whenever. I mean, typically people join either at the beginning of the fall or the spring semester, but our team is very open. You can join whenever you want. You can come to as many practices or as many tournaments as you want. I'd say we're very chill about everything.
That's really nice. Okay, this is getting to my personal favorite part. It has a little bit less to do with the sport, to be honest, but I know you said that you read the Harry Potter books. I love the Harry Potter books. I have read them a million times. I remember as a kid, I was like pushing a grocery cart with my mom at the grocery store, flipping through the books, not even looking at where I'm going. So you have read all of the books, right?
Yes, and watched all the movies.
That's awesome. Did that kind of play a little bit of a part in you finding this interest in quad ball?
Maybe a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm like such a huge Harry Potter fan. I mean, I definitely enjoyed the books, but it had been a while since I read those books in maybe middle school. But it definitely helped coming into the sport to know a bit about how Quidditch works.
That's really cool. Yeah. And that makes sense too. I feel like just with the way that your college path sounds like it was, you just wanted to join something and be a part of the community. Was that just like a big thing just because you were moving and maybe you didn't know as many people when you first started college?
Yeah. And definitely for me, the college transition was rough. I was definitely homesick a lot the first couple of weeks. So I was really trying to find my people, find different groups to join, and, really get into the swing of college.
Yeah. So when you moved, how far away is your home in New York to Vermont and Middlebury?
It's about a 5-hour drive, so not too far away. I could still go home on weekends, but it was far enough that I felt like I was in somewhere new, and I was also on my own. Like I didn't have my family with me anymore.
Yeah, and that's definitely really nice. I'm sure it kind of forced you to put yourself out there, but it sounds like you found a great group of people and a great group of friends.
Yeah.
Since you're a senior now, do you do anything leadership wise on the team?
Yeah, so I'm actually one of the co-captains of the team. And that's been a really great experience. I actually didn't go into senior year wanting to be a captain. I wasn't in the position. But one of the previous captains had to step down. So I thought I'll step up. I can do it. I've been playing the sport for a couple of years now. It's senior year, and I'd love to teach the freshmen and the other underclassmen how to play the sport.
Oh, that's really sweet. Did your experience with the freshmen, like as a freshman, did that help you kind of know how to treat the freshmen?
Yeah, I mean, something that made me stick with the team after I tried it out was the people. I mean, everyone on the team was just so nice and so welcoming. Everyone of all years got along together and would hang out outside of practices. So there would always be dinners or movie nights or parties that would happen with the team. And I'd say the people are my favorite thing about the quad ball team at Middlebury.
That's really special. I think we have a question now.
Yeah, I had to hop in here. I got curious. I'm the producer. It's the first time hearing my voice, but Now that you're co-captain, like how complicated does it get when you guys are playing quad ball? Are you drawing up plays? Are you coaching, or do you guys just kind of go out there and wing it because you know the basic rules? Or are you actually dialing stuff up based on what your roster looks like?
Well, I'd say during practices, we're the ones teaching because we don't have actual coaches. I know some other colleges and universities, they have real quad ball coaches, usually people who played when they were in college. But Middlebury, we don't have that. So during practices, it's us captains teaching everyone the different strategies or the basics of the game. But then during tournaments, usually we'll have an alumni come to kind of act as the coach during games. So they will figure out the lineups and they will be the ones to focus on subs or calling out things during the game. So that it's not up to me and my other co-captain to figure that out during the tournament as we're playing.
Okay, and how big are those roster sizes?
I'd say on the Middlebury team has typically been on the smaller size. So in a game, there's 6 to 7 people on the field at once. Middlebury, for a typical tournament, we'd have around 10 people on our roster. But other colleges and larger universities, sometimes they'll show up to tournaments with like 20 people.
Okay.
That's really interesting. So do you guys have any like big rivals right now with quad ball and with the sport, or like who would you say is your biggest rival then right now?
I'd say it definitely changes year to year. Last year, actually, we won the D2 national championships. So there's kind of 3 levels of quad ball, D2, and club level. So we were in the D2 level and we won that. And I'd say last year the winning game was against Texas, the University of Texas. So I mean, that was a great feeling to beat Texas, who had actually won the national championships previously.
That is so cool. Okay, so I actually had this question written down for later, but I was going to say, do you think this sport is going to travel from the north and down south? But I guess it's already down south in Texas. I actually didn't know that. So you guys play teams from all around the United States then?
Yeah, during the national competition, we play teams from, Northeast, South, West Coast. It's everyone all together.
Wow. Are there any teams from the Midwest?
There definitely are. I can't think of them specifically right now, but at the national competition, and the location for that changes every year. This year it will be in California. But when you're there, you see teams from all over the U.S.
Wow, that is so cool. So how many teams compete for that national title?
Definitely a lot. Maybe like 20 teams per division.
Oh, wow. That is really cool. So do you guys how long are you guys out of town for that national championship? Like, do you guys get time to meet these new people from other states, or is it pretty quick?
It's pretty quick. I mean, it's one weekend. And because it's in the middle of a school year, usually it's like fly out on Friday night and then return back to college on Monday morning. But there is also time to hang out with other teams, get to know them, and get to watch other games.
That's really cool. So also on the side of you being a co-captain, do you draw game plans and like find inspiration for different plans for your team from watching other teams, or how does the strategy here work?
Yeah, I mean, we will sometimes, as a whole team, watch previous games and kind of look at what the other team has done, look at what we did that we could do differently. But I wouldn't say there's a lot of strategy or drawing up game plans. For us, it's just kind of jump in, like we've told you different formations you could get into, some tricks to help, but it's kind of just jumping in and just playing.
That is so cool. That's so interesting. I feel like I'm learning so much. Okay, well, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break, but we will be back and hearing more about you, Sadie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, Nebraska, this is your moment. Love Nebraska is already making noise on the court, but they're still missing one thing, a nickname. That's where you come in. Love Nebraska is giving fans the chance to submit the team's official nickname. Fans will then vote on the finalists later this season. Head to lovbneb.com/nameyourteam to submit your nickname and get in the game. Submissions end on February 22nd. Name your team, shape the legacy.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Führer's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Most resolutions for the new year fail before January is even over. Why not resolve to just be a little bit cleaner in 2026? Nebraska Auto Detail is here for you. Now through March 30th, if you purchase a ceramic coating, you'll get a free interior detail. There's no better way to start your year than taking care of your car and decluttering the mess that it becomes so easily. Book your detail today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com or call Joe and the team at 402-601-5086.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time. That's why we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, salt every fry, squeeze every lemon, and brew every ounce. We do this inside every Raising Cane's, every day, because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Hi, this is Doug Keller. When I started my first little body shop in Eustis back in 1979, I never dreamed it would grow to 8 locations and over 100 employees in Nebraska. I knew then, as I know now, that if you treat people right, they will keep coming back and also send their friends, which is why our tagline is, where our customers send their friends. I guess there are many things in life that change, but the golden rule never does.
The most recommended Eustis Body Shop. That's who we are. Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to Above the Noise on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, Ashlee Mitchell.
Welcome back, everybody. You are listening to Above the Noise with Ashlee Mitchell. Today I have a very special guest, Sadie Sadler, and this is our last 5 minutes together. So I was thinking we do a little 5-minute speed round. How does that sound, Sadie?
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, great. Okay, what is the funniest thing that's ever happened at a match? That might be a hard question, actually.
Well, the funniest thing happened to me, which is not very funny, but I accidentally tackled someone around the neck, which is not allowed. So I had to stand in the box for a couple minutes as a penalty. So that was funny on my part, but also I was kind of proud of that, tackling someone to the ground.
Right? Yeah, you go, girl. I know it's probably not allowed, but so do you guys have like penalty boxes like hockey, kind of?
Yeah, if you break a rule, you have to stand in there for about a minute.
Have you ever seen like multiple people go into the penalty box before?
Usually it's like people are in and out a lot of the times. Yeah.
Pretty fast. Okay, have you ever had an injury? Do you know anyone who's had an injury from this game, or what's like the closest call?
I've never had an injury, but people have been hit in the nose with the ball and then gotten nosebleeds. One of my teammates got a concussion because of it. I mean, it's a full contact sport, so we're tackling each other to the ground.
You guys wearing any padding or equipment like to protect yourselves a little bit, or what does the kits look like when you're going out there?
Mouth guards. That's it. Only mouth guards.
Wow. I mean, at least you guys have mouth guards.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. So like, have you ever been fully knocked to the ground?
Oh, many times. I mean, since I'm quite short, people have literally lifted me up and dropped me to the ground. But during practices, we learn how to fall safely and tackle people safely.
That's a great idea. Actually, I didn't even think about learning how to fall safely. I'm sure a lot of the sports that are contact do that, but that's a great idea. Okay, what is like a game day like? Do you guys get pumped up together? What do you guys do on game days?
I mean, usually it's a couple hours drive since most of our games are in Boston. So it's get up early, hit the road. Usually when we get there, we got about 30 minutes to warm up, get pumped up. We'll listen to music, do a couple drills, and then we just get right into it and afterwards, just cool off, lay down on the ground, and wait until our next game.
That's fun. Okay, so is this sport mainly a summer sport or like spring summer sport then? Because it's normally like on the fields, or do you guys still do competitions on the indoor fields?
There are sometimes competitions on indoor fields, but we play in whatever weather. So it could be pouring, it could be a snowstorm, and we'll pretty much still play.
Wow, I cannot imagine those rainy games, especially with like full contact and tackling people. That has got to be tough. Okay, what is one big thing that Quidditch has taught you about yourself?
Probably that I can be fiercer and stronger than I think. During games, I sometimes tell myself like the other players probably don't see me as a threat since I'm a small person. But I always try to prove them wrong, and I like proving them wrong.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I'm pretty short too. I'm 5'2". And honestly, I would be very impressed with myself if I could tackle someone, but I don't know if I could. So kudos to you for that, because that definitely shows that you are fierce and strong for sure. What advice would you give to students kind of trying to find their thing? Kind of like your story at the beginning, when you joined your freshman year.
I'd say just join a bunch of different things at the beginning, try it out. Even if you think you'll get rejected from the team, like I was from acapella, like just put yourself out there, try new things, and eventually everything will fall into place.
That's really good. All right. Well, we are done now. Thank you so much, Sadie, for coming on this show. And thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Again, I'm your host, Ashlee Mitchell, and you just got done listening to Above the Noise.